proteinCitizens create everything about you. It is they that will help you to develop your human potential to its fullest, so it will help you to better understand their needs, which can be difficult since they are too small to be seen. We have created the following visual representation of the protein world within you to introduce you to your proteinCitizens and show you what they do for you. We hope that after you have seen this presentation, you will appreciate yourself as a protein self, a masterpiece of protein design. Let's begin by introducing the simplest of human beings, Anatom. Anatom eats and relaxes. That's it. Simply described, Anatom is a tube, feeding itself to gain energy so that it can relax and eat some more. Anatom is composed of cells, just like any other human being. But though an average human is composed of trillions of cells, Anatom is composed of just a few, which will make it easier to study. Arranged in this way, Anatom resembles a trough. Through its mouth end, it fills itself with water, so that all of its cells are comfortably submerged and ready for the afternoon snack. Let's see what Anatom does with this cheeseburger. Wow, so much for that. It appears to have become soup. Now what made that happen? Proteins. Active proteins. This protein is pumping out protons, creating an acid solution that digests the cheeseburger into its core molecules. Fat, carbohydrate, and protein. But that's just the beginning. From out of the cells lining Anatom's digestive tract, other proteins zero in on the meal. It is their job to break the larger food molecules into smaller ones. This protein, protease, is breaking burger protein into amino acids, while these amylases are breaking carbohydrate into simple sugars, like glucose. And lipase is breaking fat into fatty acids. So what was once a soup of protein, fat, and carbohydrate has now become a solution of amino acids, fatty acids, and simple sugars. And cells love amino acids, fatty acids, and simple sugars. But look, the only way amino acids can get into the cell is through another type of protein, a channel protein. The same goes for glucose. It can only enter the cell through its own glucose channel protein. Fatty acids, though, are easily absorbed into the walls of the cell because the walls themselves are composed of fat. In summary, the hamburger is broken up into fat, carbohydrate, and protein, and then into fatty acids, simple sugars, and amino acids, which are welcomed into the cell to be used for various purposes that keep Anatom alive and happy. All of this has taken place because of the actions of proteins, the proton pump, the digestive enzymes, and the channel proteins. Now take a closer look at these proteins. Whether from hamburger or Anatom, all proteins are made of amino acids. Upon separating these, we find 20 different types. We'll look at amino acids in more detail later on. Anatome digests hamburger proteins into amino acids so that they can enter its cells. Guess what cells do with amino acids? We'll have to enter one to find out. But first, a preview of what's in store. A cell is a closed container that wants to keep everything out except for what it needs to survive. Inside the cell are a number of structures, the size of buildings compared to proteins. Like city buildings, protected behind fortress walls. Every cell contains a cell city, and all cell cities operate in the same way. By visiting one cell city, we can learn much about the fundamental workings of the human body. Let's shrink our perspective to the point of view of an amino acid and continue on our way.